Well, I read it, and I went crazy instantly. I said, that very day, I think, or the next day, it's a wonderful play because it just leapt from the pages. I thought the most dramatic, overtly dramatic script I've ever read. And I said, I'll co-produce, I'll take any part of it you want. And my wife, who is a playwright and screenwriter, she was in Europe, but she came back, and I knew she would, and she had the same reaction. I mention this because I was curious, because Bob Whitehead had sent it to various other producers. I think he was very insecure about the money raising of the thing. And I'm kind of shocked at how few people understood it. I'd sent it to a couple of theater owners in that regard, and they said, well, you know, after your opera buffs, who's going to want to see this play? I couldn't understand that. I have various people who, I mean, it doesn't apply to major musicals, you know, you're getting the millions, but in the shows I've done, I mean, we did Vita in Virginia, for example, $400,000 off-Broadway, which is remarkable. Right. And that kind of, this was $600,000. These are very modest, and it's
therefore individual investors loom very large, as they used to do in the old days when almost everything was financed that way. Once you get up into the big musical field, it's a totally different ballgame. You have to go to record publishers and theater owners and movie companies and so on. But I do have a very loyal group of investors, and they just come in everything I do.
As Louis said, we fell in love with it immediately. All of us who read it at the ad agency thought that it was just a dynamic property. And when you speak about the opera world and the music and the drama world and Broadway in general, there wasn't a problem with that. I didn't listen to any of the music the first time I looked at the piece, and yet it all came to life right from the written page. And it seemed to me that it was going to attract a wide audience. That was never a real problem for me. We had three great entities, as we crassly put it in my field, to sell. And that's the wonderful play that Terence wrote, and the marvelous actress who is Zoe Caldwell. And thirdly, and not unimportantly, Maria Callas, who is a worldwide renowned entity even today. And those three elements gave us a wealth of material with which to work. Well, we went through images of Callas to begin with at great length for a long period of time until we found something that we all thought was the appropriate piece. The producers, of course, in anything that I have to have the final say, and eventually we all fell in love with the image that you see ghosted in the artwork. We began to feel that Zoe's portrayal was so magnificent, so large, and she's got such a great following in theater that it was very important to make her the focal point of the piece. And we combined photography and illustration and involved the third element, which is the beautiful set, as a backdrop for the artwork. And those three things came together in a long process to arrive at what you see today.